In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Streak CRM to manage all of your deals right inside Gmail, step by step. By the end, you will know how to set up your pipeline, capture deals straight from your inbox, let the AI handle the busy work for you, and keep your whole pipeline organized without ever leaving Gmail. Let's jump in. And a quick heads up before we start, this isn't just for creators like me, this works for sales, partnerships, agency work, client work, fundraising, really anything that runs through email. I'm just going to use my own brand deal workflow as the example throughout, but whatever your workflow is, you'll be able to map it onto what I'm showing you. The first thing to do is sign up. If you haven't done so yet, there's a link down in the description, and through that link you can get a 14-day free trial. So that link is going to take you to Streak CRM's website, where you simply want to go and click Get Started Free to Try, which will open up the Streak CRM extension. So make sure you are using Chrome. From there, simply hit Add to Chrome and then Add Extension, and you will then have installed it on your Chrome account. Now it will be taking you to your Gmail, which is where you will actually be using this. From here, just click on Sign In with Google, or if you want to use Streak on another Google account, just click Don't use Streak on this account. In the top right, switch over to the correct account and you will get this same pop-up. But here I'll use it for this account, so I'll click Sign In with Google. From there, hit Continue. Then you can see what Streak can do. Now go and click Select All right here and just go and click Continue again. Then answer the question, what do you want to use Streak for? For me, it will mainly be the CRM. So then click Proceed, and it's now setting up your Streak account. Now it will have some onboarding questions, starting with what are you trying to track? And by the way, these are not just random onboarding questions. After you answer these questions, their AI is actually going to build the pipeline based on these questions. So make sure to fill them out carefully. I'll select Partnerships, then click Next, and then here describe your partnerships process. I'm tracking partnerships for my YouTube channels with software companies where they often inquire about a tutorial, a comparison, a review, where I create an unbiased video about their business and they pay me for that. So from there, after entering what you do, go and click on Next. It will then research your company, create these stages, create columns, create views, and create sample data. So you can see everything it's done right here. First, the stages: inquiry received, scoping requirements, negotiation and pricing, script writing, production, review and feedback, final delivery, and payment received. This is actually perfect for me, but if you want to change it, what you can do is just click on any of these and write something else or remove any you don't need. Then you have columns, which is basically the information you will collect on each lead. So that will be the name, who the project is assigned to, notes, contacts and organizations, and then some specific stuff for what I'm doing right here. Then you have your views. So what different views can you view your CRM in? Here they have pending payments, all reviews, and scripts in writing, which again for me is good. So go and click Create Pipeline if you're happy with your pipeline, and it will then set it up for your Streak account. Now from there you will see it here in the bottom left, and this is where you can find everything that has to do with Streak. So you can also fold it by just clicking on this icon and fold it out again by clicking on it again. You will see mail merges, tracked emails, and your CRM or your pipelines. So the way it looks, you can see here, it's kind of like a database. So you can see the different stages very visually right here. You can also click on them right here to highlight them. So if you have a very large database, you can just skip to whichever part you need. Now they have added some sample data right here. I want to remove this data, so to do that, just go and click on this box right here, which will select all of the leads in your database, and click on the trash icon. Then here type 15 boxes and click delete. So now all of them are deleted and you now have an empty pipeline. So from here we can actually start adding some of our own leads. So to do this, you just go to your inbox, and whenever someone reaches out to you or you have some kind of a thread that you want to track in a CRM, like for example this one right here, then what you do is you simply click on the plus right here that says Add to Pipeline, and they can choose just this thread, all emails with this person, or the entire domain right here, which is just like the company. Now I'll use just this thread, but you can pick whichever one works best for your business. So then here I'll go create new box in YouTube partnerships, and I've added them to the YouTube partnerships pipeline right here. So if I now open that up here, so go to the YouTube partnerships, we can see them show up right here in inquiry received. Now if I want to move them, you just click on this drop down here, and then you can change them to whatever stage they are in, like scoping requirements. Now what you will also see is that the rest of these rows are currently empty, such as video type, lead source, contacts and organization, and all of these other ones. It has already filled assigned to, date created, date of last interaction, and task count. Now if you want to fill in all of these fields right here, you can just select this lead, then click autofill 8 fields. The AI is then going to look through the conversation and see everything that it can pull. For example, the video type, the lead source, the script status, the content focus, and more. Now currently I'm just doing this for one lead, but if you're adding your entire backlog of leads into your Streak CRM account right here, which I'll do in a second, you can also do all of them at once, which saves a massive amount of time. Now something else you can do with a longer thread, if you open up the inbox and go to a longer thread like this one, which is 42 emails long, I'll just add this one into the CRM as well. So I'll do this entire thread, add them into YouTube partnerships, and right here it goes to inquiry received. Now this one is actually already payment received, so I'll just move them over there. And then here in this section, what you can do is go to summary and click generate. It will then generate an AI overview. Now you can see Gemini is also doing this a little bit, but this goes much further. You also see next steps, you see an entire history, and overall this is much more useful for a CRM. For example, here under next steps, you can see Charge Blast asked to work together again on a refresh tutorial, and Dani responded positively by directing them to continue the conversation via a different email address. So that's another AI feature that Streak CRM has right here. Now, if I need a specific field on this company that I want to track, then down here you can just click on Add Field. They can choose one of the basic ones, like a date, a checkbox, a dropdown, or whatever else, or you can use one of the magic ones. For example, a summary again, freshness, last stage change, etc. Then you can see the freshness right here. Now back here in the database, we can now also see this person right here under payment received where I added them. Now what you can also do is go to, for example, lead source and just click on that cell and go to autofill one field, which means it's just going to fill in that one field. So it will look in the email thread that it has access to where this lead came from. So here you can see timeline shows client initiated outreach, so lead source is inbound. What I'm going to do is just select a few of these at once. So you can see if you just select them right here, all of these different threads and emails, you can click on the plus at the top and add all of these people into an existing pipeline all at once. They're all going to show up in the first stage, but what you can do is here just move them to wherever this person is right now. But now the really cool part, if you select all of these leads and you click autofill 88 fields, and we'll get all of their info. As you can see, this is going to cost 83 credits, and it's just double checking in case you didn't mean to, but I did, so I'll click continue, and now it will find all of this information for all of these leads. So you can see it filling this in live, you can see the deal currency, lead source, the payment status, content focus, literally everything you need to know. Now here at the top, if I just want to get caught up on what exactly was happening again with every single one of these leads, I can just click create AI summaries and it will generate an AI summary for every single one of these leads. So to find that, you then just go over to the right of your database here, click plus to add a new column, and you can add any of these, but under general, you will find summary, and you can then see the summary for each of these, and if you double click into one, you will find the entire summary. So here, for example, the next step I need to take, I can just see, review this person's inquiry and respond to clarified partnership requirements. And this just saves a ton of time. You can just come in here, see exactly what's going on. So right here, I have opened up an inquiry that I got from a person. So what I can do is go to reply here, and there are some more Streak features that you can use. First, you have this eyeball. This allows you to turn on view and link tracking. So essentially you can see whenever the person clicks on your email, so opens it up, you can see when they have read it, and you can see when they click on a link in your email. Then here you have snippets, and these are basically templates. So you can create a snippet by clicking right here. Then what you can do is just write an email and then save it as a snippet. So in my case, for example, what I could do is create a rate card right here. And then for the name, just name it something you can recognize, like rate card, and click create. And now you've created this one. So now whenever you need this, you just click right here, select it, and it will be inserted into your email. So that can save some time if you often need to type similar stuff. And you can also share those snippets across a team so that everyone is sending the same thing. Now, eventually, after having some contact on email, you may take it over to an actual meeting. If you want to track that too, just go to your pipeline, then go over to the right here and add a new column. Then here you can go calls and meetings, and then what you can do is add call logs. So you can do the first call log right here, and then it shows the date of the first call, but you can also add more things like the first meeting, the last meeting, total meeting duration, where you can just add your meeting notes. So if I go first meeting here, so then when you've actually had a meeting with this company, you can track that meeting. So that's basically the CRM. It just allows you to track literally everything you need about a lead inside of your Gmail account, which is great if you have a lot of email inquiries. But if you head over to Streak and then home right here, we can do some more stuff. First of all, here in the top right, you can click Manage Teams, and then you can add more team members to your account. So here you can just go to add or remove team members. Then here you add the person's email and just add them in. Now the great advantage of using this is that you can actually see a teammate's emails on a deal without actually being CC'd. And you can also reply right on their thread. So that means you no longer need to wait for a teammate to reply, to tell you what the current status is on a deal, to ask to be CC'd or anything else that you usually have to wait for. You can just go into their threads and see exactly what's going on without being CC'd. Now here's something else that's pretty helpful. Depending on whether you use Apple or Microsoft or something else, what you want to do on your keyboard is do Command or Control and then K, and you will see this open up. So this is basically a quick command center with different actions. You can create a new box, a task, you can go to the home view, you can go to items here, your actions, recents, and you can get help. But for example, if I click on create a task, I can find a box to create a task in. So these are my boxes. Let's say I want to create a task for this one. Then I can enter the name like reach out on email, then hit enter. And then when do you want to do this? So the due date, they have some suggestions. I will say next Monday at 8 a.m. And now we've created that task. Now, if you want to get a better overview of a certain box, then what you do is just click on this blue icon right here over on the left, and that opens them up. So you can then see the entire log right here with your tasks, your calls, your meetings, and you can attach any files you need. So you can just upload the file here, and then it will be attached to the client here. They can mention a teammate, so you just do add and then choose the teammate. You can add a comment right here that's just internal to your team. Then again, here you can see want to see emails sent to and from your team, just invite them here. Then you have the summary again. You've got your custom columns, which again, you can autofill. You have the contacts for this company. You can add more if more show up. You can add notes. So whatever you need to remember, you can add it here. You can see how fresh they are. So this one is very fresh. You can see when they're created, etc. They can link boxes. So if I click add new, I can link a box to this box. For example, right here, I can just type in something and choose them here, like Freshdesk API guide, and then they are attached to that box. Then here in the top right, you can just switch between them. So now we're going to the next one. Now, if you want to get a different view for your reporting, for example, what you can do is here click on this drop down and click add new view, and then you can just filter by any of this. So for example, date created or how much they're worth or anything else that you are tracking. So if I want to have a view that goes by the date created, for example, then I just select date created here. Then choose when, so let's say anyone in the last 365 days, and then I can see that view right here. Now if you want to then save a view, just go right here and click manage saved views, and you can then add a new view that you can use over and over again. Now if you want to bulk import your prospects, you just go to plus here, then you have your add box, quick add, but you can also click import a Google Sheet, CSV or Excel file, and you can set these settings right here. So if you're moving over from a different CRM, then you can just also import all of those people at once. Or whenever you need to import someone that didn't come from your Gmail, but you still do want to track them inside of your Streak CRM, then you just go to add box, and then you can just add their name right here, their email, and anything else that you want to track for that lead. So that's the full Streak setup, from building your pipeline and capturing deals all the way through to the AI features. If you haven't signed up to Streak CRM yet, the link down in the description gets you a 14-day free trial. If this video was helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.